Good evening, my dears. This is Raquel McInnes coming at you Saturday. I wanted to speak with you concerning, you know, our come up, our beauty, particularly for the women of today, millennial women, more specifically, women of color, and more specific to that, Black women. It just appears to me that there is an awakening currently happening, long overdue, in my opinion. Um, Basically, I would begin to call a bit of a renaissance for the Black woman that's happening before our eyes. If anyone's currently aware or conscious or quote unquote woke, you'd have to be living underneath a rock not to be able to see these rumblings and grumblings happening right now. We see what's going on in society, we see what's going on in the world, particularly in our individual neck of the woods, whether it be in America, Canada, the UK, Africa, the Caribbean, Latin America, any Europe, anywhere you are, but particularly for women of African descent and any which variety or variation. I would like to say that, we're all in this together. I'm here in support of you. I'm a life coach. I've been trained to assist you in developing your best self and evolving and growing into your best self, no matter the industry, no matter the field, no matter the area, be it in relationships, career, business, health and wellness, you name it, I'm here for you. Because really and truly, you can't really define having a successful life without having all realms of your life running on all cylinders, if you understand what I'm saying. And of course, everyone defines life successful, being successful differently, and that's fine. But that being said, if your health isn't doing too great, or if your finances aren't doing too great, or if your romantic relationships aren't doing too great, or any relationship, or familial, whatever, I find it deep down, I think most people would agree that, you may be successful in certain pockets or categories or fields or areas of your life, but overall, not so much. And I wanted to speak specifically to Black women, and particularly, Black young women, young Black women about this in terms of, you know, fears or struggles that, you may have experienced. Of course, it definitely runs the gamut. There's definitely a range in terms of the plight that we've all incurred over the years of our lives. Depending on how old you are, it may definitely range in that regard. But specifically tonight, I want to speak with you about the opportunity that we currently have in society, like how we as young ladies can continue to develop ourselves, not only for ourselves individually, but for the greater good of the young young Black woman collective. How we can ultimately, continue to move our group of ladies and community forward, in addition to moving ourselves forward individually, but taking more of a collective mindset, more of a community mindset as much as possible. In terms of specifically championing ourselves, championing our beauty, championing, where we're coming from. If we're coming from America, the UK, Africa, the Caribbean, wherever we're coming from, just representing our individual, our roots, our cultures, our heritage, what we stand for, our standards, our values. It's time. It is time for us to rewrite whatever narrative is out there to our benefit. It is time for us to grab the bull by the horns and to take advantage of the opportunities that are out there waiting for us. See, we have to create the opportunities for ourselves. Just like any other group of people, but even particularly more so, it's particularly acute for us. We have to do it. No one else is going to do it for us. And I'm just so pleased and excited to know that so many other women appear to be, waking up to this themselves and are now putting themselves out there so that we can all rise up together. We're all banding together to leverage our individual skills and experiences and knowledge to share with not only our closest friends and relatives, um, and associates, but also the greater, society, country, and world at large. The more that we can band together with each other's resources, whatever those resources are, in terms of connections, knowledge, all those things, the better it is for everyone. You're only as good as your weakest link. I'm sure most folks have heard that age old adage before, and it's absolutely true. Yes, to an extent, you can progress as an individual, and that's great. But let's never forget that we're all standing on the shoulders of giants. You know, we all have to leverage each other's, um, advantages or opportunities or lessons learned in order to, shoot ourselves farther. We don't all have to, quote unquote, make the same mistakes in order for you to learn. If you could find, a mentor, either, physically or virtually or whatever, or a mixture of both, they all work, then you can leverage that knowledge. You don't have to step into all kind of foolishness and crap and waste all these years or decades of your life, when other people have already done it for you, have already gone ahead to do those things. Might as well leverage that time, speed up the process. You know, they're giving back by sharing this knowledge with you, with us, and we can do the same for young ladies coming up after us. So they don't have to make the same mistakes unnecessarily. Of course, everyone learns differently. Some people have to learn everything through their own experiences and trial and error, and that's fine. But most people don't, I don't believe, or most people don't need to, especially if the information's there to be had. There's no excuse anymore. The resources are out there, the knowledge is out there, the people are out there putting themselves out there to in service to the community. Now is our time. Now is our turn to take advantage of that, maximize that knowledge, maximize these opportunities, act upon them, execute, implement, and turn back around and give back as well. And pull more people up with you as much as possible without getting yourself, of course, caught up in, the line of fire. Just do as much as you can do that you feel comfortable with, that you feel overjoyed with, and then leave it at that. And then you'd be so pleased to know that you've helped and you've touched, even if it's just one life. One life. And you just have no idea who that person may be just by planting a good seed and just watering it, investing as much time and energy as you can realistically, because I understand everyone's busy and what have you, but just never know. You just have no idea where things can take yourself as well as others that you invest in. So I just wanted to leave you with that. So I just hope everyone's just doing well and enjoying the holiday season. I know Christmas is soon to be upon us. We're winding down 2017, about to get into the new year for 2018. It's hard to believe that, we're winding down 2017. I don't know where the year went, to be honest with you, but it's definitely flown by. And that's all the more reason for me to say, Mayday, Mayday is imperative. Time is of the essence. As cliche as that saying sounds, it is absolutely true. Time waits for no one, nor does opportunity. So the time is now. Well, actually, the time was like, 10, 20 years ago. But you know what they say? The second best time is now. If you didn't plant the tree 20 years ago, the second best time to plant the tree is right now. So thank you, ladies, for your time. Please leave any comments below for us to continue the discussion. And I wanted to ask you, what do you guys think? What have you all been doing or thinking about? And it's time, for you to just go ahead and do it, whether it is to, up level your careers, start a business, go in on your business and actually become more purposeful about it, drawing up your goals, your dreams, being willing to invest that time, effort, money, whatever it is to get what you need to get to where you need to be, the connections that you need to have, the fears that you may have, where you're coming from. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is a safe space. We're all here to help each other, to support one another. This is it's a very positive environment that we're developing here. Because everyone, any human being, needs that kind of environment to thrive, as well as, of course, having some tough love. But I'm coming from a place of happiness and positivity. We deal with enough stuff to have to combat in our regular everyday lives. And so I want this place to be a more nurturing environment where you can still end up getting the same results. I'm not coming from the school of thought of beating someone else, someone upside the head and drill sergeant like. I definitely could turn on the heat when needed, but I don't do it in a pressuring way. I don't do it in a way to cause too much conflict or tension or anything like that unnecessarily. I don't go out of my way to be, brash or mean, just truthful and just factual. More from an analytical approach out of love and concern for you. So, thank you for listening. And please either like or dislike. Any reaction is good, so I can keep delivering this content to you and keep, sharing with other ladies you think this message would help in service to them. Because just remember, you know, as you yourself, is receiving this blessing, please share this blessing with others, and the blessings will come back to you. So, as I like to say, just remember, go forth and be unforgettable. Thank you and take care.